Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today we are talking about Queen Vessel Prime. This is the Borg octahedron or octahedron, depending on the spelling. Yes, WizKids learned how to spell octahedron 3 different ways, none of which were correct. But that's okay! With base stats of 4 attack, 0 agility, 8 hull, and 7 shields, this is a fearsome ship. You've got target lock, scan, and regenerate as action bar actions, and with the ability to put on 2 crew and 2 Borg upgrades, this is a pretty good ship. Now the problem you run into is of course the 50-point rule, so you have to make very judicious use of those upgrade slots, but having them is a great thing. The named ability on this ship is during the roll attack dice step, your ship or one friendly ship within range 1 to 2 of your ship may spend a scan token from beside this ship to gain 1 extra attack die. This is a great ability. I think it's worth 2 extra points to be able to get an extra attack die, have that scan token, and enable a friendly ship to get an extra attack. What you want to do is use a high skill captain on your Queen Vessel Prime, and then have a lower skill captain take the scan token that's not doing anything and get that bonus attack die. If you pull that off, you're getting 2 uses for your scan token, and that's how you maximize efficiency. The movement dial on any Borg ship is great, but on the Queen Vessel Prime it's even better because you get 1 green spins, and that enables you to do a host of really cool things. First off, you'll have green spins for clearing Aux power, and that's always helpful. If you choose to go cross-faction, you have the Engage talent from the starter set, which for an action you can do a green maneuver if you did a green maneuver. And that is really cool because now you can do a spin and then a spin, or a straight and then a spin, or a spin and a straight, and you have a lot more flexibility. So that's something to keep in mind here. On the generic diamond, of course you lose the shield, but you also lose a crew slot. It's not bad. You save those 2 points. But for 40 points, unless you really need the green spins, I'd probably take the named sphere, 4270, or save 2 more points, go down to 38, and take the generic sphere. In this pack, we get an Admiral Borg Queen. She gives you a boost of 2 captain skill, a talent. She costs 5 points, and her action says, target a friendly ship at range 1 to 2, choose 1 upgrade on that ship, and perform that upgrade's action as a free action this round. If that action requires spending drone token, spend 1 less drone token than required. I really like the ability. It's Martok, kind of, but it takes an action, but you can target any ship you want, including a ship of higher skill. So you can pull off some really neat combos here. You can even have Martok and Borg Queen on the same fleet and potentially give 1 ship 3 actions. It's a lot of point investments, but you could make a combo work if you really, really want to. Now I will say, if you combine this with a Borg captain, you don't get 2 more drone tokens, you just add 2 to whatever drone count you're at. I like the Admiral. The captain version of Borg Queen does basically the same thing, except it's an action, not a fleet action. That Queen starts at skill 7. Still good for all the same reasons, except you have to spend your ship's action and you have to target a different ship. Again, put it on Queen Vessel Prime. Now that ship is truly a support ship. Like all Borg packs, we get a tactical drone. This one starts with 5 drone tokens, and during the roll defense dice step, you can spend a drone token to force your opponent to roll 1 less defense die. So this is essentially the scan drone. It's not bad, it's not amazing. I still like the tactical drone that lets you re-roll for the use of a drone token, but that one only gives you 4. It's out there. This depends on the action you want to take. It's up to you. With the prevalence of defense enhancers, this guy gets better because you can scan for your action and you can make your opponent roll 1 fewer die on top of that scan. So you're essentially double scanning, except it's not an action, so it doesn't violate anything. It's a thing you can do. Is it amazing? No, but it's out there. For our elite talents, we got the two most common phrases from the Borg. First up, we have "We are the Borg." During the modified defense dice step, you may discard this card and spend up to 3 of your drone tokens. Add 1 evade to your roll for each drone token you spent with this card. It's okay for 6 points and spending drone tokens. You're going to stay alive a bit longer. I kind of consider this a last-ditch effort, maybe something to use right before your shields drop so you don't take crits. The nice thing is that it's good timing for the modified defense dice step, so you pretty much know what your opponent has rolled and what you've rolled. There are worse cards out there. This works really well with a fleet captain, so that you can take this for free. I wouldn't want to spend 6 points on it. But if you take this with Locutus or Borg Queen 8 or 9, where you have a fair number of drone tokens to expend, then I consider this moderately playable. Next up, we have Resistance is Futile. This costs 7 points. During the Modify Attack dice step, you may discard this card and spend up to 3 of your drone tokens to select a number of your attack dice equal to the number of drone tokens you spent with this card. These dice cannot be cancelled during the Compare Results step, meaning if you roll 2 crits and 1 hit, you could spend 3 drone tokens and your opponent is taking that damage no matter what. This is a card that I actually like, even though it's very pricey. And I save it for when my opponent's shields are basically gone, and I can use this to make sure that I'm getting crits through to their hole. If I do that, then this card has done its job, and it is actually worthwhile. Moving on to Borg cards, we get another copy of Assimilation Tubules. For more info on that, see my Sphere review, but they're kind of cool. Now on to the new stuff. First up, we've got Transwarp Signal. It's a 4-point upgrade. Discard this card to target a ship anywhere in the play area. Remove 1 token, evade battle station scan or target lock from beside the target ship, and then place an auxiliary power token beside that ship. You can only have 1 of this upgrade per ship, and it can only be on a Borg ship, and it has no effect against a Species 8472 ship. Pretty cool upgrade. The removing an action is just gravy. Really, this is all about putting auxiliary power on an enemy ship anywhere in the play area. In fact, it doesn't even have to be an enemy ship. It can be your own ship. Why you want to do that, I don't really know yet, barring the ISS Avenger, but it's out there. Still, if you do this right, you can pull off battle station tokens or whatever else, because you can do this in the transition phase after everyone's moved and taken their actions before combat starts. And you save yourself trouble of dice quality. And that's pretty cool. Plus, having an auxiliary power token that somebody has to deal with is messy for the next round. It gives you knowledge of what they're going to have to do to clear that. Transwarp Signal, good card. Not an absolute gotta have end-all be-all card, but it's there. The other Borg card in this pack is Borg Shield Matrix. Every time your ship's hull or shields are damaged by an enemy ship, place 1 Borg Shield Matrix token on this card, max of 3. No ship can have more than 1 Borg Shield Matrix. For each Borg Shield Matrix token you have, you roll 1 extra defense die, and you also get defense against enemy ships messing with your captain or crew, other stuff like that. It's a little pricey with the 50-point rule, but this is a very thematic card. It represents the Borg adapting to their enemies, and I love it for that. So if you're looking for some extra defense on your Borg ships, maybe on your Super Cube, then give Borg Shield Matrix a look. If you're looking for the most economical points for the Borg, well, skip the card. But this is thematic. This is a good use of a card that can help you out, give you that defense die that might just save your bacon, and it works. Moving on to crew, we get Magnus Hansen. He's 1 point, unique. Whenever you are required to spend any number of drone tokens, you may discard this card to spend 1 less. He is great if you have an upgrade that only costs 1 drone token, because now you discard him, and that upgrade is free for the round. So, assimilation tubules, paid for. The counterattack tactical drone, you get an extra use. Actually, any tactical drone, you get an extra use. And your captain skill stays the same. That's very useful. So, Magnus Hansen, for being 1 point, is a very useful crew if you have Borg upgrades. So he's situational, but in the right build, he is vitally important. We also have a tech in this pack, Power Node, costs 3 points. When you perform a red maneuver, you may disable this card and 2 of your active shields to treat the maneuver as a white maneuver. Considering most Borg ships have a lot of shields, this isn't a bad card. Disabled shields do come back. It's a decent trade-off, and most Borg ships have trouble doing green moves to clear that Aux power. I would support using a power node on a Borg sphere or a tactical cube more than the diamond, but even on the diamond it has a place. So if you've got a few points and you've got that open tech slot, consider a power node. It gives you a lot more flexibility of movement, and it could save you. And the last card in this pack is a very intriguing card. Multi-kinetic neutronic mines. 10-point weapon. Attack. Discard this card and place a minefield token anywhere within range 1 of your ship. If you place this token on a ship, or if a ship enters the minefield, roll 4 attack dice. Any hit or crit damages every ship within range 1 to 3 of this minefield token. Ships within range 1 of the minefield token do not roll defense dice against this attack. All other ships roll full defense dice against the attack, plus 1 defense die at range 3. Costs 5 extra points for a non-Borg ship. Wow! This is a card you can use to be absolutely evil if you want. You can plop it on the board, run it over, and just put on the hurt. You'll take damage, they'll take damage, but you'll win the war because you have Borg and the most defense. It may not work, but it's kind of an interesting experiment. I don't advise it because, well, it's lame, but you might soften your opponent up. So overall, this is a good pack. The ship is solid, the captains are useful, the upgrades are versatile. Is it an absolute must-have? No. But, from a Borg perspective, this is a good ship. It offers something different than the sphere, it offers something different than the tactical cube, and it definitely offers something different than the scout cubes. The upgrades here are thematic without being completely overpowered, and that's a very good thing. The diamond, the octahedron, is a very useful ship, and for that reason it's worth a purchase. Now, if you want nothing to do with Borg, you're not missing anything here. Almost everything here is exclusively Borg related, and what's not Borg related you can do just fine from other factions. Still, if you're looking for a good ship, I recommend this. It's solid, it won't let you down, but it is not overpowered. And with that, I hope you guys have learned how to better utilize something in this pack. Until next time, and we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.